In this class, we will explore Parsva Bakasana, or side crow pose. We will begin in Balasana, child's pose. Have your knees about hip distance apart and your big toes connected, and begin to notice your breath. Feel the expansion of the belly into your thighs as you inhale, and feel how the whole upper body is softening a little as you exhale. Next time you inhale, find cow pose, lifting the chin, lifting the tailbone, and as you breathe out, cat. Inhale, expand the front side of the body as the back side of the body narrows, and as you exhale, expanding the back side as the front side narrows. Inhale, lift your chin, exhale, round the spine. Inhale, coming back to cow pose, and as you exhale, return back to child's. On your next inhalation, lift the hips above the knees, reaching up towards the ceiling with the arms, and as soundlessly as possible, lower your hands forward and down. Returning to cow pose as you inhale, and find your first downward facing dog of the practice as you exhale. Root down through the heels of the hands, press down through the roots of the fingers. Inhale back to cow pose, and as you exhale, rest in child's pose. Let's repeat this sequence again. Inhale, kneeling mountain, feel the connection of the hands above the head. Exhale, slowly lower the hands down. Inhale, expanding the front side of the body. Cow pose, and as you exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, knees slowly move down to the ground. Cow pose, and as you exhale, Balasana, child's. Try it one more time, moving with your breath. Letting the breath lead the way of the movement. Lengthening the spine as you find downward facing dog. We'll stay in child's pose for a couple of breaths. Let's keep the right arm extended forward in child's pose. Guide your left arm underneath your chest, over to the right side. Press your chin into your left upper arm so there's not as much pressure in your throat, on your neck. And then move your upper body forward enough so your hips are hovering above the knees. Left ear is coming closer to the ground. On your next inhalation, lift the right arm towards the ceiling. And if your right shoulder agrees with it, wrap your right arm around your lower back. If you'd like to experiment with the balance, step your right toes back, extend your right leg, lift it up and back. Pointing the right toes or flexing the foot will create a sense of lightness in the right leg. Find another breath. And as you exhale, return your right knee to the floor. Right hand pushes into the ground as you lift the chest, extract your left arm from underneath you. Cow as you inhale. Find your neutral spine as you breathe out. Pivot on your right knee. Send your right foot out to the side and step your left foot back, aligning left hand, right knee, right foot. Inhale, rotate your left shoulder out. Exhale, hand to heart, chest levels to the floor. One more time, inhale, rotate the shoulder out. And as you exhale, even out your chest to the ground, hand finds your heart center. Maintain the same position of the lower body as you inhale. Extend your arms over the head. Parigasana, gate pose. With your left hand, find your right wrist. Without losing too much length on the left side of the spine, pull up and lean over to your left side. Spiral the right side of the ribcage towards the ceiling and look to the ceiling from underneath your right upper arm. Drawing your belly towards the spine, inhale, and as you exhale, lower your hands towards the ground again. The position of the legs remain the same. Let's revisit our cat and cow pulsation. Inhale, cow, exhale, cat. Getting to know the left inner thigh. Getting to know the left inner hip a little. One more round, inhale, cow pose. And as you exhale, cat. Now press your hands into the floor. Press your left foot into the ground so much that your right knee, right foot rise, step your right foot back without making a sound. Align your feet. They're pretty much on one line. Draw your toes slightly in, heel slightly out. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. One more round. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. On your next inhalation, lift the chest halfway. Heel to your feet in closer. They're still wider than the hip distance apart though. Malasana. Deep yogic squat. Connect your hands at the heart center. And as you bring your hands closer to your sternum, your elbows will press into your inner knees. Reaching up through the crown of the head, lengthening the spine as the shoulders move away from the ears. All right, return your hands to the floor, lift the hips, widen your stance. This time, turn your toes out, guide your heels in. Bend your left knee, sink down by your left side, extending the right leg. Inhale back to center, and as you exhale, switch sides. Let's travel across the mat once again. Inhale, extend both legs. Exhale, left knee bends. And see if you can draw your knee over the ankle. Inhale, lift. Exhale, switch sides. Now let's extend both legs and then turn all 10 toes towards the front side of the mat as you bend your right knee. We'll align the right heel with the left arch and see if you can press down through the left outer foot a little bit. Stay in Warrior 2 for a couple of breaths. The neck is long, the shoulders are softening away from the ears. And on your next inhalation, reverse the warrior. Right fingertips reach away from the right knee, knee reaches away from the fingertips. Come back to Warrior 2 as you inhale, and as you exhale, frame your right foot with your hands, lifting the left heel, lower your left knee down. Now draw your left foot in towards the center of the mat and sit back behind your knees. With your left hand, find your right foot and move it closer to your left outer hip on the floor. So now your knees are stacked. If this is not a kind choice for your knees or hips, you can extend your left leg forward, wherever the legs are positioned. Next time you breathe in, extend your arms over the head. And as you exhale, slowly lower your hands forward and down while maintaining the connection of the sits bones to the ground. Feel the back of the body expands as you inhale, and the whole upper body softens as you exhale. Find another breath here. And slowly walk your hands forward, lower your knees to the floor, lift the pelvis, step your left foot back, step your right foot back, returning to downward facing dog. On your next inhalation, knees find the ground, lift the chin, lift the tailbone, cow pose, and as you exhale, back to child's. Noticing the imprint that the previous sequence has left in your body. And let's repeat it on the other side. Inhale, kneeling mountain. Exhale as soundlessly as possible, lower your hands on the floor. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, downward facing dog, reaching up through the tailbone. As you inhale, return your knees to the ground. As soon as your knees find the floor, lift your gaze, lift your tailbone. And as you exhale, come back to child's pose. Now this time, left arm will stay extended forward. Draw the right arm underneath your neck. So there's not too much pressure on your neck. Press your chin into your upper arm. And notice that area between the right shoulder blade and the spine. How does the breath echo in that area? You can stay here, or next time you inhale, lean forward with your torso, Have your hips hovering above the knees. Now the right ear is coming closer to the floor. Left hand can stay on the floor in front of the right forearm, or lift the left arm over the head towards the ceiling. Wrap your left arm around your lower back, if your left shoulder agrees with it. If you'd like to experiment with the balancing, here, step your left toes back, lift the left leg up, maybe point your toes or flex the foot. Notice how this makes the left leg feel a little lighter. Inhale here, and as you exhale, return your left knee to the floor. Left hand finds the ground as well. Press the hand down, extract your right arm from underneath you, and finding cow pose as you inhale. As you exhale, neutralize the spine. And then step the right foot back as you pivot on your left knee. Draw your left foot out to the side. So aligning the left hand, left knee, right foot. Inhale, rotate the right shoulder out. Exhale, hand to heart. One more time, inhale, rotating the shoulder out. Exhale, bring the hand to the heart center. And on your next inhalation, extend the right arm towards the ceiling and find your way to standing on your left knee and right foot. So this time with your right hand, find your left wrist, pull up, and without losing too much length of the right side of the spine, lean over to the right side. Continue drawing your belly towards the spine, turning your gaze towards the ceiling from underneath the left upper arm, spiraling the left side of the ribcage towards the ceiling. The breath is smooth, the breath is slow. Inhale, come up with your torso. Exhale, lower your hands to the floor. Again, without changing the position of the legs, find a couple of rounds of cat and cow vinyasa. Rooting down through the outer surface of the right foot. And find your neutral spine as you inhale next time. Draw the belly in, press your right foot down, lift your left knee, left foot, and step your left foot out to the side. Have your toes a little bit closer to one another than your heels. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. The tailbone is reaching towards the ceiling. The feet are pressing out and down. Lift the chest halfway. Heel to your feet in closer, not as close as the hip distance apart. Moving into Malasana again. Bring your hands to the heart center. The closer your hands are to the sternum, the more your elbows press into your inner knees. Feel the connection of your feet to the ground and see if you again can press down through your outer feet. Inhale, lift the hips, extend your legs, heel to your feet to the same distance apart as you started from. Bend your right knee, Skandasana. Inhale, extend your legs. Exhale, switch sides. Inhale, extend your legs. Exhale, right knee bends. Turn your gaze to the left foot. Inhale, lift. Exhale, switch. Inhale, extend both legs. And as you exhale, turn all 10 toes to the front side of the mat, aligning the left heel with the right arch. Returning to Warrior 2, switching sides this time. Take a few breaths here, feeling the contact of the feet to the ground. Lengthening the spine every time you inhale, drawing the belly in towards the spine every time you breathe out. On your next inhalation, reverse your warrior. The knees reaching away from the left fingertips, fingertips away from the knee. Inhale, come back to Warrior 2. And as you exhale, frame your left foot with your hands, lift the right heel, lower your right knee down. Draw your right foot in towards the center of the mat, and then sit back behind your knees. With your right hand, search for your left foot and slide your left foot on the ground near your right outer hip. If having your knees stacked is not a kind choice to your knees or hips, you can extend your bottom leg forward, your right leg forward. As you root down through your sits bones, inhale and lift your arms over your head. And as you exhale, without lifting your sits bones, fold forward. Feel the body breathing. Feel the way the movement of the belly echoes as sensations in your lower back. Notice how every time you breathe in, the belly broadens. Every time you breathe out, the belly deflates. Next time you inhale, walk your hands towards the front side of the mat. Both knees are on the floor, and then step your right toes back, step your left toes back. We're returning to downward facing dog. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, child's pose. Take a moment here. Notice the imprint that the previous sequence has left in your body. Inhale, kneeling mountain. And slowly lower your hands towards the ground. Inhale, cow pose, curl your toes under. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. The next time you inhale, look forward towards the space between your hands. Finding plank pose, shoulders hover above the wrists. Pressing the heels back, energetically guiding the inner thighs towards one another without actually moving the legs. Lengthen your tailbone towards the back wall. Inhale, lower your knees to the ground. And as you exhale, bend your elbows and lower your chest down. Point your toes back. Inhale, without the use of the hands, lift your chest. And as you exhale, lower the chest down. Curl the toes under, press back to plank pose again. And then all the way back to downward facing dog. Let's try it 2 more times, slightly different variations. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, this time with your knees lifted, lower down, all the way to the ground. Inhale, cobra. Maybe press your hands slightly to the ground. And as you exhale, lower the chest down. Coming back to plank. And all the way back to downward facing dog. 1 more time. Inhale, finding plank pose, pressing the heels back, reaching forward through the crown of the head. Exhale, chaturanga, knees lifted. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Pause here for a breath or 2. Allowing the momentum of the breath to slow down. And as you inhale, next time look forward. As you exhale, begin to walk your feet towards your hands. Finding a halfway lift of the chest as you inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, slowly find your way to extended mountain. And as you exhale, bring your hands to the heart center. Inhale, extend the arms over the head. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, draw the chest away from the thighs. Exhale, step your right foot back. Have your feet about hip distance apart horizontally. Press the feet down, come up to your high lunge, extending the arms over the head. As you exhale, bring your hands to the heart. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, turn your upper body over to the left side. The pelvis remains facing forward. Open the arms wide apart as you breathe in. Stay here as you breathe out. Inhale, left fingertips reach towards the right hamstrings. Right arm is reaching up and back. Come back up with your torso, and as you exhale, let your right hand land on the floor or a prop underneath your right shoulder. Without lowering your left hip down, rotate your left shoulder out. As you inhale, exhale, hand to heart. Inhale, rotate the shoulder out. Exhale, palm connects to the heart center. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Now bring your left hand to the floor or a prop below your shoulder. Have your hands on the inner surface of the left foot, and now with your right toes, from your right toes, lean back and forth, back and forth. The chest remains spacious, the spine is long. Inhale, extend the left arm forward, and as you exhale, draw the arm out to the left side across your knee or your shin. Press the knee into the arm into the knee. Keeping the chest spacious, keeping the spine long. Return your left hand down, look back at your right heel, and align your feet for Warrior Two position. Inhale, come up with the torso, extend the arms out to the sides. Stay here for the breath out. Long spine, smooth breath. Without losing too much length on the right side of the spine, reverse your warrior. And as you inhale, return to Warrior Two. Exhale, draw the left elbow towards your left inner knee, maybe inner calf, maybe inner ankle. Now guide your elbow towards your belly. Now extend your left arm back underneath your left thigh. Wrap your right arm around your lower back and maybe catch your hands behind your back. Inhale, let that go. Return to Warrior Two. And as you exhale, bring your hands to the hips. Extend your left leg. Let's turn all 10 toes in. Heels are slightly further apart than your toes. Walk your hands towards your sacrum. Fingertips can face up, out, or down. Find a bit of a back bend. Let the belly move in towards the spine. Inhale, come up with your torso. Exhale, fold forward, keeping the spine long. Return your hands to the floor. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, fold forward again. Maybe walk your hands a little further back towards the wall behind you. Inhale, reaching up, lifting the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Maybe walk your hands a little further back, drawing the upper body through the legs. Towards the wall behind you, lift the chest halfway. And this time, turn your toes out, guide your heels in, bend your right knee. Turn your gaze to your left foot. Inhale, lengthen, lift. Exhale, switch sides. So travel across your mat twice more. Once to the right. Once to the left. Now walk your hands towards the front side of the mat. Frame your left foot with your hands. Lower your right knee down slowly. Draw your right foot in towards the left side of the mat and then sit back behind your knees. Remember your options. Stacking the knees one on top of the other with both knees bent, or you can extend your right leg forward. Inhale, extend the arms over the head. Exhale, hands to heart. Lengthen the spine as you inhale, and now as you exhale, draw the right elbow towards your left outer thigh. Continue pressing down through your left hand so the connection of the hands happens at the level of the sternum. Every time you inhale, the spine grows a little longer. Every time you exhale, you twist a little deeper. Inhale, extend your arms over the head. And as you exhale, fold forward. Feel the back of the body expanding as you inhale. The whole upper body softens as you exhale. Look forward. Walk your hands to the front side of the mat. Step your right toes, step your left toes back. Find plank pose. Chaturanga. Find your back bend as you breathe in. And downward facing dog. Pause here. Notice the presence, the imprint of the sequence in your body. And then look forward. Bend your knees. Step, walk, or lightly hop to the front side of the mat. Lift the chest halfway as you inhale. As you exhale, release. Inhale, extend the arms over the head. Feel and see connection of the hands. And as you exhale, bring your hands to the heart. All right. Let's see how the other side is doing. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift of the chest as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, step your left toes back. High lunge, second side. Extend the arms over the head. Lengthen your tailbone towards the floor. Exhale, hands to heart. Reaching up through the crown of the head as you inhale. Exhale, without moving your pelvis, turn your chest towards the right side of the mat. Open your arms wide apart. And now guide your right fingertips towards your left hamstrings. Left arm is reaching up and back. Keep your right knee hovering above the heel. Inhale, come up with the torso. Exhale, left hand finds the floor or a prop below your shoulder. Inhale, rotate your right shoulder out. Exhale, hand to heart. Couple more. Inhale, rotate the shoulder out. Exhale, feel the connection hand to heart center. One more round. Inhale. Exhale. Let's plant the right hand on the floor. From your left toes, lean back and forth, back and forth. Keeping the chest spacious, the spine long. Now extend your right arm forward as if you're shaking hands. Open your right arm out to the side. Press your arm into the knee, knee into the arm. Heart center is still reaching forward. The spine is still lengthening. And then replant your right hand on the floor. Look back at your left foot, setting up for warrior 2. Inhale, come up. Exhale, sink into your warrior 2 position. Pause here, breathe here. Pressing down through the left outer foot. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Stay here for the breath out and then come up as you inhale. Exhale, bend your right elbow, guide it to your inner knee, maybe inner calf, maybe inner ankle. Now guide your elbow to the belly and back underneath your right thigh. Maybe extend both arms back, maybe wrap your arms around your lower back. Bind or no bind. Turning the gaze to the ceiling if the neck agrees with it. And as you inhale, come back to warrior 2. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Extend your right leg. Turn all 10 toes in. Walk your hands towards the sacrum. Find a bit of a back bend. Draw the belly in. Inhale, come up. Exhale with your spine long, with your chest spacious. Fold forward. Letting the shoulder blades hug the spine. Eventually return your hands to the floor. Lift the chest halfway as you inhale. Exhale, release. Couple more. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, maybe walk your hands a little further back, utilizing your core strength to draw the upper body back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, maybe take a few steps back with the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. And now turn your toes out, guide your heels in. Bend your left knee, sink down by your left side. Inhale, center. Exhale, right knee bends. Switch sides again. Drawing the knee out so the knee is somewhat above the heel. Now when your right knee bends, walk your hands to the front side of the mat. Turn all 10 toes forward and lower your left knee down. Draw your left foot towards the right side of the mat. Sit back behind your knees. And stack your knees right on top of the left one. You can extend your left leg forward, of course. Inhale, extend the arms over the head. Exhale, bring your hands to the heart center. Let's create a little more length in the spine as we inhale. Exhale, draw the belly to the spine. Left elbow, right outer thigh, twist. See if you can bring the connection of the hands to the line of the sternum. Lengthening the spine as you inhale. Twist deep and a little as you exhale. As you breathe in next time, come back to center, extend the arms over the head, and as you exhale, fold forward. Couple of breaths here. Noticing the way the belly is moving the spine. noticing the way the breath echoes in your lower back. Look forward, walk your hands to the front side of the mat, draw your right knee to the floor, step your left toes, step your right toes back, plank. Chaturanga as you exhale, knees lifted or down. Back bend of your choice. Downward facing dog. Pause here. And when you're ready, look forward, walk your hands, or maybe walk your feet or hop your feet to the top of the mat. Lift the chest halfway. Exhale, release. Now bend your knees enough to slide your hands underneath your feet or fingers underneath your toes. Reaching up through the tailbone. Now lift your left heel and pivot on the ball of your left foot, massaging the left hand. Try the other side. Inhale, lift the right heel, pivot on the ball of the right foot. Return the heel down. And then extract your hands from underneath your feet. Press down to lift all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, extend the arms over the head. And as you exhale, fold forward. You're getting closer to putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. Lift the chest halfway as you inhale. And as you exhale, lift your heels. Keep your heels lifted, lower the hips down. Draw your inner thighs together and maybe lift your hands. Connect the hands at the heart center. You can also extend your arms forward. Let your gaze be steady. Now return your hands to the heart center and without moving your pelvis, turn your chest to the left. Back to center. As you inhale, exhale, turn your chest to the right again without moving the pelvis. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Allowing the movement to occur from your abdominal wall. Now inhale, extend the arms over the head. And as you exhale, return the hands to the heart. Return your palms to the floor. Inhale, lift the hips, heels move back to the floor. Lift the chest halfway as you inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And as you exhale, walk back a little. So you're standing approximately in the middle of your mat. Lift the chest halfway again. Lift the heels. Keep the heels lifted, but lower your hips down. Now bring your left hand to the floor behind your back. Fingertips are facing the side of the mat, the long side. Lift the right arm up and draw your right elbow as close to your left outer hip as possible. Have your hands shoulder distance apart or a little wider. Now lift the heels. Pivot on the balls of your feet. Lift the hips. Shift your weight forward and slightly down. So maybe the toes become so light that they come up. Let's try it again. Inhale, lift the heels, lift the hips. Pivot on the balls of your feet. So your knees are facing the long side of the mat. Then look forward, lean forward and slightly down. So the toes come up. Side crow, Parsva Bakasana. Even here, keep the chest spacious. Return your feet down. And try another side. Let's extend the legs for a moment. Slide your hands underneath your feet or fingers underneath your toes. Maybe wiggle your toes. Then lift your hands from underneath your feet. Lift the chest halfway. Bring your feet together. And then lift the heels one more time. Keep your heels lifted, lower the hips down, walk your hands to the right side. Plant your right hand on the floor behind your back. Fingertips are facing the long side of the mat. Left arm is reaching up. Exhale, left elbow, right outer thigh, as close to the hip as possible. Now lift the heels. Lift the hips, pivot on the balls of the feet. Turn your knees towards the long side of the mat. Shift your weight forward and slightly down so the toes might come up. Once again. Slide your hands underneath your feet. Maybe wiggling your toes. Release your hands. Now extend your arms back. So now your arms are by your outer shins. Bend your right elbow and place your right hand over your left shin. Bend your left elbow and place your left hand over your right shin. So now your forearms are crossed. Now pull onto your shins with your arms, with your hands, as you draw the tailbone towards the ceiling. Reach down through the crown of the head. And now let that go. Unfold into your extended mountain as you inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Walk towards the front side of the mat. Inhale, lift the arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Finding a halfway lift of the chest as you inhale. And as you exhale, step your left foot back, step your right foot back, finding plank pose. One more time. Chaturanga, back bend. And returning to downward facing dog. We're going to make a transition onto the belly. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders. And begin to circle your shoulders one shoulder at a time as if you're swimming backwards. So circle your shoulders backward. And try the same thing, but circle your shoulders forward as if you're swimming forward. Now add a movement of the whole torso. Lift your chest slowly as you circle your shoulders backward. Lower the chest down as you circle the shoulders forward. Couple more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Exhale down. Circling the shoulders. And then extend your left arm out to the side. Bend your left elbow. Have it to be a 90 degrees bend. Bend your knees. Walk your knees slightly to the right side. Hips are moving to the right a little. And now roll over onto the left-hand side. Let your left ear find the floor. Maybe keep your thighs stacked, knees stacked. The other option is to lift the right knee and reach back through the right foot. Maybe your foot finds the floor, maybe it hovers in the air. You can try wrapping the right arm around the lower back, or keep your right hand on the floor in front of your chest. Another option is to search for the right foot or shin or ankle with the right hand. If the connection happens, press your foot back so the heel moves away from the buttock. Let your foot go. Return your right hand down. Release, come back onto your belly. Maybe wiggle the left fingers a couple of times. Now extend your left arm forward, lift the chest a little, and now extend your left arm underneath your neck over to the right side. Press your chin into your left upper arm so there's not a lot of pressure on the throat. Now bend your left knee and guide your left knee out to the side. You can also extend that left leg. Another option here is to extend the right arm on the floor along the side of the torso. And yet another choice for us is to bend the left elbow, bring that left hand towards the space between the shoulder blades, bend the right elbow, bring the right hand towards the space between the shoulder blades so maybe the hands connect behind your back. Return your right hand down. Lower your left leg down. Press your right hand down, lift the chest, release your left arm from underneath you. And then maybe circle your shoulders a couple more times. Backward and then forward. Let's draw the right arm out to the side. Bend your right elbow 90 degrees, walk your knees to the left, move your hips to the left a little. Now press your left hand down and roll over onto your right hand side. Let your right ear find the ground. Keeping your knees, keeping your thighs stacked, or lift the left knee, press your left foot back, and maybe search for the floor with that left foot. Right hand can stay on the floor. Or wrap your arm around your lower back. And again, another option is to search for the left ankle, foot, or shin with the left hand. Pressing the heel back so the foot moves away from the buttock. The breath is still slow and smooth, velvety smooth. Now let your foot go if you're holding onto it. Return onto your belly, maybe wiggle your right fingers a few times, then extend your right arm forward. Lift the chest a little higher and then guide your right arm underneath your neck over to the left side. Press your chin into your right upper arm. Maybe you bend your right knee and guide it towards the right side. Maybe you extend your right leg out. You can experiment with extending the left arm on the floor near your torso. And another option is to bend the right elbow, bend the left elbow, and connect the hands behind the back. The more relaxed the left arm is, the more pressure you'll feel on the right arm. So if the pressure is not desired, you can return your left hand on the floor at any point. Noticing how the breath echoes on the front of the side of the body, the back side of the body. Now release your left hand to the floor in front of your right forearm. Lower your right leg down. Now this time, without changing the position of your right arm much, roll over onto your right hand side. Snuggle up your knees towards your right upper arm. Bend your knees and find a gentle twist. Turn your gaze towards your left shoulder, if your neck agrees with it, of course. Breathing into all of the spaces that only a moment ago were pressed into by the floor. Now give your knees a hug. Maybe guide your brows to the knees, your nose to the knees. Return the back of your head to the floor. Open your arms wide apart and let's switch sides in our twist. Guide your knees to the left and maybe look towards your right shoulder. Left hand can land on your right knee or thigh. The belly is dancing freely as you breathe. Slowly, with the next couple of breaths, let your knees go. Return onto your belly. Maybe draw the brows to the knees one more time as you give them a hug. And then release your head down. Ananda Balasana, happy baby pose. Hands can be at the inner knees, at your ankles, at your feet. Press your lower back to the floor. Lengthen your low back down. And then let your feet go. Connect the soles of your feet on the ground. Guide your knees wide apart. If your shoulders agree with it, rest your hands on your belly. Begin to encourage your belly to expand into your hands as you inhale. And as you exhale, feel how your hands descend as the belly deflates. Rest your mind on this peaceful pulsation of the belly as you breathe in, as you breathe out. Maybe gently whisper to yourself in your mind, this breath, this moment. This moment, this breath. Finding a couple more of these slow belly breaths. And release your arms to the floor by your sides. Extend your legs forward. Finding position of the arms, legs, torso, head, where nothing is pulling onto your skin uncomfortably, nothing is pressing into your bones uncomfortably. The body is being held. We are not controlling, not manipulating the breath in any way. The body is being breathed, and no effort is required. For the next couple of moments, allow yourself rest. The body is being held. It is being breathed. Just be. Begin to welcome deeper inhalations, slower exhalations. Adding some movement to your arms, legs, hands, feet, face, shoulders. Whenever you feel ready, bend your knees and roll over onto your side. Pause here for a breath or two. And then slowly, with the help of your arms, begin your journey to your upright seat. Take your time getting up. As you find your tall spine, connect your hands at the heart center. Feel the palm-to-palm, finger-pad to finger-pad connection. Notice your current state of being. Find a deep breath in. Release. Thank you for practicing together, for breathing together. Be well. Namaste.